5, 4.
Welcome back. I have Arsenio with me from the Mixteco project. We do a lot of things in Ventura County. I was just at the Boys and Girls Club along Ventura Avenue, and children were afraid to go from the Boys and Girls Club to West Park because they were afraid they're going to have their money stolen, that they were going to be bullied. We see tremendous problems, and a lot of us are culturally blind. We just don't see the people who are in our community. And Arsenio, tell us a little bit about how the Mixteco fits here in Ventura County. They're very much a part, very much a family, wonderful celebrations and dancing. Tell us about the Mixteco here.
Sure. The Mixteco community, we're from the state of Oaxaca and Guerrero. We estimate like 20,000 indigenous Mixtecos live in Ventura County. For the last 2 or 3 years, we have seen a pretty forum organized for this community, the indigenous community, through mostly cultural events, such as the Guelaguetza is one of them, which is a pretty big celebration in the state of Oaxaca. And also there is some group dances, and there is clubs from the indigenous community who organize themselves in Ventura County.
So here we have this nice community, family-oriented, really getting good health care for their children. But are they having problems in schools, problems at work? What kinds of things? As someone, I know 2 words in Mixteco, and that's aha and and when I try and learn it, okay, with my college education, medical school, I have a very hard time. And there's different dialects. There's the high and the low, and if I get the wrong interpreter, and so yeah, it's a hard time.
Well, the aha means yes. That way the Mixteco, we say yes in our language. With the Mixteco indigenous people, you know, as indigenous, we have faced a lot of issues, social issues and economic issues. One of the biggest social issues we have faced as indigenous is discrimination, mainly from other Mexican immigrant people that, you know, they think that we as indigenous, we are from a lower social class, not only in the United States, but also in the Oaxaca state or Guerrero state, because of our language. The history is 500 years of oppression. So I will say, the main problem is the language barrier. Since, you know, compared to other groups in Oaxaca, the Mixtecos, I think, or indigenous people are the minority as well as in the United States or in Ventura County. So I think that discrimination is one of the biggest social problems that we face as indigenous.
I think one of the things, I've been down to Hospital Civil down there to lecture about asthma. Sandy Young came down, and as she was talking about the project up here, a total blank look went out over the audience, like, you're doing what for the Mixteco? Those are the people who live in the hills, and there's a drought, and I don't know, something happens, they're very poor, and why would, so it's extraordinary to me. So in terms of positive projects, how are you approaching things positively? How are you helping people to avoid bullying? How are you giving them pride, helping them succeed in school? What kinds of things does MyCop do to help that?
Well, we have to know that indigenous, the self-esteem or the proud to be indigenous spirit. I mean, we as indigenous, we don't really feel proud of it, of being indigenous. Actually, the history of the indigenous people or the person who's indigenous is trying to always forget the language and forget the culture. So through MyCop, I think the positive thing we're trying to encourage our community is trying to encourage them to keep their language and feel proud of our identity. And by feeling, MyCop has been approaching, you know, like the campaign, the No Me Llames Oaxaquita, Don't Call Me a Little Oaxacan. That is actually a discriminatory word that is being used against the indigenous in Ventura. So we're starting this initiative or these campaigns by, you know, first trying to make the self-esteem or the proud, why you have to feel proud to be indigenous. The second one is a strategy is trying to pass a policy in the school, because we see discrimination not only in the school with the kids, but also in farm work, in the farm or in the work area, mainly with the parents. So we believe that through passing a policy and bringing awareness about these issues in the schools will help the kids to feel proud of the language. So, and also we are organizing youth to first trying to help them to keep the language, and second is helping them to understand the education system so they can be, looking to go on for higher education.
Yeah, to me, one thing informs the other. We learn by learning not to bully. We learn by learning about racial discrimination, and to make certain that the schools are an active part of this. What kind of cultural things occur so that people continue to feel their cultural pride?
I think that the culture itself, like the language and the traditions that we have, the beliefs that we have, and I think that is the main, cultural part of us as indigenous to feel proud of it. The idea of be the owners of one of the unique civilization of 3,000 years ago. I mean, that means a lot for the indigenous people. Be one of the first people that established in America. I think that is one of the things that we have to feel proud of it. But there is too much of self-esteem damage in the indigenous, and a lot of oppression that really the indigenous don't see that proud. They don't see why we have to feel proud of being existing in this country or in this area for 3,000 years ago. I think that be the speaker of at least 17,000, that is estimated that we're estimating that how old is our language. Be a speaker of that a language who is that old. I mean, that is a significant, meaning for us. It should be that way, but we don't really see it that way.
Well, when I was up at Monte Alban and out of Oaxaca, and I sat at the point where I think the world ends on December 21st at 4:51. They're at the part of the pyramid that's facing differently. The sun will come down just so. So there's also other rich history beyond the language. When you prepare meals together, I really feel the family part. I don't have someone sitting down and, okay, I'm not going to eat together as a family. I got to go play my video games. I have to go do this. I really feel the sense that we have much to learn from my.
Well, actually, it's like a lot of factors, like economic factors in our communities, in the rural communities where we're coming from, and Oaxaca has a lot to say because we don't have access to those kind of games. So there's more time to share with the family and stay with the families together and share more time, like quality time, and be more like keeping our eyes on our kids and making sure that our kids is keeping the tradition and the language. But that has a lot of, that changed a lot when we immigrate to a different place.
Well, we tried, because we have to have a translator to when someone comes in to speak, who speaks Mixteco, high or low, whichever the right dialect is, to Spanish, and then oftentimes a second translator from Spanish to English, and then goes English to Spanish, Spanish to Mixteco to the patient, and then back and forth. And some of these patients' children have very difficult problems, and they're doing very difficult things. We tried, and it took about 2.5 hours to translate a developmental screening questionnaire. But just for the sake of the audience, can you, in whatever dialect you speak high or low?
Well, it's very tricky because many people just think that the Mixtecos have two different variations of dialect, which is higher and low or lower Mixteco. But actually, we have identified that in our Mixteco language we have 81 different dialects or variation. So I speak the lower. I can classify my variation as a lower. But also there are some communities that they classify in the higher. So I'm still being able to understand some of their Mixtecos or most of their Mixtecos. But it's a lot has to do because I've been in the community for a long time. So.
Okay, but let me have you do something with me.
Sure.
Just take 2 fingers like this and have them move across your chest like that. Can you say "get moving" in one of your dialects there?
And one of my dialects?
Yes, so moviernos, get moving, and how would I say that in Mixteco? Or one of them?
Kishinto.
Ventura, Kishinto. Okay, thank you. Okay, Dr. O'Brien, and then